Hi guys, welcome to my Christmas update. It's a few days later than I wanted it to be, but again, crap got in the way, and what are you gonna do? But, I wanted to get this done, and then I'm gonna work backwards and do my Black Friday update, and then just do a general update of stuff that I've gotten, like, from all the way back in October. So, without further ado, let's get started. The first three up are ones that I bought with gift cards and money that I got from friends and family. First one up is Pitch Perfect. A really big surprise for me. Oh, it would help if you could see the cover. A really big surprise for me. I don't know, I just wasn't that interested in seeing it when it first came out, but I kept hearing how good it was, and when I finally saw it, I was just like, oh, I love this movie. I love it so much I bought the soundtrack to it, which I really don't do anymore. But pretty much if you don't know what this is about or haven't seen it yet, it's centered around Becca, played by Anna Kendrick, who is really funny, and I hope she gets, more lead roles soon. But anyhow, she plays Becca, who's a freshman in college, just starting off. But what she really wants to do is move to LA to start working on becoming a DJ. But her dad, it's like, okay, you stay in college, and then for a year, and if you don't like it, I'll drive you out to LA, or personally, pay for you to go out there. But, and her passion is music, so she starts looking for something on campus that involves music, and she comes across this a cappella group, and things just go from there, and this group, it's an all-female a cappella group, and definitely very unique members. All the characters are wonderful and funny, and but my favorite probably has to be Amy, played by Rebel Wilson, because I just think she's hilarious in everything that I've seen her in. So again, everybody does a really good job here, and I don't know, some people keep telling me I don't like musicals, so I don't want to see it. It's not a musical. The way I define a musical is the songs kind of propel the story. The songs in a musical are just important as the dialogue. But this is not. They have performances, but they don't just break out into song or anything like that. And the music is kind of mashups of, popular songs right now, so, and some of them are really cool, especially the riff-off scene. I love that scene. But again, very much worth checking out. I know that was just kind of a basic plot. There's a little more to it, but it's so good, and check it out. It's definitely recommended. Next one up is another huge surprise of this year for me, and it is Looper. I don't know, I see trailers and sometimes I just don't get into them, because I kind of got what it's about, but this is a movie you have to watch to fully understand and be able to appreciate the awesomeness of it. When I saw the trailer, I thought they were trying to do kind of another mess with your mind type movie like Inception, and I connected it to Inception, I think, because of Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But it is not. It's a time travel movie, a really well done time travel movie at that, and I'm not going to try to explain the plot, because I will confuse the hell out of you, and I will confuse the hell out of myself, I promise. But one thing I do think what makes this stand out, time travel movie wise, that makes it different, is in this movie, Joseph Gordon-Levitt meets with his older self, and they work together. And just about every time travel book, movie, TV show that I've read, that if you come in contact with yourself, whether you go into the past or the future, you will mess things up and it will be catastrophic. But not in this movie. I thought it was kind of cool and different. As I said, this stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Bruce Willis, and Emily Blunt, who all do phenomenal jobs. And like I said, you have to see this movie. And again, the kid actor in this film is really great and pretty creepy at some parts, but very good. So I really do recommend this a lot. It like I said, it really surprised me, and it quickly became one of my favorites of 2012. And next up is one I haven't got a chance to watch yet, but I look very much forward to doing so. It's the Total Recall remake, but I've never seen the original, so I have nothing to compare it to. I don't really have any interest in the original. I'm not really a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger. And that's where most of the complaints that I've heard of come from, is they said it doesn't do justice to the original, but I've never seen it, so I'm not going to care about that. But this stars Colin Farrell, Kate Beckinsale, Jessica Biel, and it's directed by Len Wiseman. And that's kind of one of the big reasons I wanted to see it. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know I'm a huge fan of the Underworld films. The first one, it's directed by Len Wiseman, and then of course they also star Kate Beckinsale. She's one of my favorite actresses, so whenever they team up and do a film together, I of course got to see it. I don't care how bad the reviews are, I'm going to see it. So I'm very excited to check this one out. Next up, we have a box set that I've been wanting for quite a while now, because I never own the DVDs. I know it's kind of bad to say you're a film lover and don't have these films in your DVD collection, but I finally got it, and it's Indiana Jones, the complete saga, or adventures as they call it here. Yeah. I'm a bad fan. I never got this, but I told myself when this came out to wait, just ask for it for Christmas, and luckily it came down. My mom said she got it at a really good price, because I was like, please don't spend like $60 on it, because it'll go down, but she said she didn't. I think she got it on the gold box deal, and it was like $10 a movie. Pretty good. On Blu-ray. But I know I've got another confession to make. I've only seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. I've never seen the other three. So I really need to sit down and watch them. I haven't got a chance to catch up on all my stuff, on all my Christmas gifts yet. So I look forward to kind of marathoning these and watching them on Blu-ray for the first time. And I finally have them in my collection. I know, I'm bad movie lover, not having the Indiana Jones films in my collection before now. But they're on Blu-ray, so it doesn't get much better than that, right? Next up, we've got Supernatural Season 7 on Blu-ray. I just asked for the DVDs because they were on sale for like $10 a couple places on Black Friday, but my mom surprised me and got me the Blu-ray set, which is awesome. Not complaining. This is the first season I have of the show on Blu-ray, but nevertheless, I'm excited to catch up on it. I kind of fallen behind on it. It's one of the shows that it kind of got dropped off my list because I'm watching so many shows. And I mean, it's not that I don't have any interest anymore. It's just I kind of didn't care for the way they were going with it, and I like the earlier seasons better. But again, I look forward to checking this one out and catching up on it. I've got a lot of catching up on things to do, but I can't wait till I think I'm gonna take like a whole week off work and just do nothing but catch up on TV and movies. But next up is another favorite film of last year, and it's one I haven't heard too many people talk about, but it is People Like Us, a very good film, a good character piece, which I love. I love a good character drama. It stars Chris Pine, Elizabeth Banks, and Michelle Pfeiffer. The premise of this film is Chris Pine's character. His dad dies, and he leaves him $100,000 and a note to give that money to his sister, his half-sister, that he knew nothing about until he read that note. So I guess if I got something like that, it would be kind of definitely a shock. And then he kind of contemplates, well, she'll never know because I need the money. So if I keep the money, you know, who's gonna know? So he's like, well, I'm gonna drive out and just kind of meet her and see what she's like. Because when they first meet, he doesn't tell her that he's her brother or anything. And they kind of form a friendship, and it's a really good movie. And again, this one has another great child actor in it, who plays Elizabeth Banks' son in the movie. So again, one I really recommend checking out, especially if you like these kind of films, like I do. Another great movie of 2012, I think. I got this from my sister. It's Trouble with the Curve, starring, of course, Clint Eastwood, Amy Adams, and Justin Timberlake. Great, phenomenal cast. I think Justin Timberlake makes a better actor than singer, in my opinion. But, again, the basic premise of this film, Clint Eastwood kind of plays that character he kind of plays in every movie he's in lately. He plays, you know, kind of the grouchy, grumpy, pissed off old man who projects his anger onto the people around him when he's really pissed at himself for getting old and not being able to do what he used to. And Amy Adams plays his daughter, and he's a baseball scout, and he kind of raised her on the road, and she kind of resents him for it, or resents him for not, because at one point he makes her go live with a relative after something happens, which I won't say because it might spoil a little bit of the movie, but she wanted to stay with him, and she was angry at him for sending her away, but she comes back, and Clint Eastwood's character, he's losing his eyesight, and obviously you need that to be a baseball scout, so she joins him so he won't lose his job, because that's what he really loves, and helps him, and along the way they kind of work out their differences. It is kind of set around baseball, but baseball is not like at the front and center, but it does make a nice backdrop, I think, for the film. Alright, next up, another one of my favorite shows that I can't wait till it comes back on, and it is Mad Men. I got season 5 on Blu-ray. Again, this show's amazing and phenomenal, but I don't know if it's for everybody. Here's the way I kind of explain it to my friends when they ask should they be watching it. I kind of compare Mad Men to fine dining. It's not something you want all the time. It's not something you want to watch every single night. It's something you watch when you want, something is going to be amazing and just spectacular, and you just want to enjoy the evening with quality television. You want to go to a fine dining restaurant for top-notch food and top-notch service, and that's what Mad Men gives you. Not top-notch food, but service-wise, the acting is phenomenal. The acting is crazy phenomenal. The set design it's absolutely perfect. Everything about this show is so amazing, but it is kind of a slower show. You watch this show for the acting, not the action. But it's absolutely perfect. When you do sit down to watch it, maybe on a Saturday night, I think I do anyway. I always end up watching definitely more than one episode. But again, it's a show you do have to be kind of in the mood to want to watch. But once you get going, it's a really enjoyable experience. Okay, we're coming to the end, slowly but surely. These two were from a friend of mine, and it is season 6 of Weeds and season 7. Again, most people would probably tend to agree, because this is just based on what I've been, reading reviews and hearing people's reviews. The earlier seasons are better, yes. I think they're a lot funnier, and I just enjoy the characters more that are in the earlier seasons. But these aren't too bad. You still got some of the favorite characters. I was so happy when they finally brought Doug back. I just didn't like it when they were on the road, and I think another problem I had with kind of the later seasons was especially in season 7 here, Nancy kind of became unlikable at certain points. Like, yeah, she made bad decisions, in the earlier seasons and whatnot, but this season she didn't care really. I mean, she was always worried kind of what would happen, but in this, to her family, but when she started doing stuff in this season, she just didn't care anymore. Like, she had the chance. She had the chance to finally stop dealing drugs and get a real job. But I think she had done this for so long, she didn't want to anymore, because she wasn't supporting them really. She could have finally kind of have her own life a little bit, but I guess she kind of liked this lifestyle too much. So I don't know. I'm kind of going into more of a review than an update. But anywho, I hope I got across what I was trying to say. But they're definitely still worth watching. And obviously, if she stopped dealing drugs, they would be no more show. But I liked the 8th season. And for the finale, I was glad they brought back some of the characters they brought back. But one they didn't bring back, which I was a little disappointed about, and I guess spoilers if you haven't seen it yet, was they didn't bring back Celia. I really wanted to see what become of her, because she was such a hot mess when we last saw her. But I don't know if Elizabeth Perkins just couldn't come back or didn't want to, but it would have been kind of cool to see Celia again. But we did get to see some old familiar faces, so that was really nice. And again, just, you know, definitely a great show, and it's kind of hard to believe it's over. And a little sad, but I think it had a good run. And I'm definitely going to be picking up the 8th season when it comes out. Alright, next up, like I said, we're getting to the bottom here, is a show I've heard nobody talk about. So I figured I would talk about it for a little bit, but it is Swingtown. This show came on NBC back in, I think, 2008, but it only lasted one season, which I'm not surprised, just because the material in this show was not made for network television. It's about a group of swingers, if you couldn't tell from the title, so obviously that material lends itself more to like an HBO, Showtime, stuff like that. But what are you going to do still? I mean, definitely worth, I enjoyed it anyway. And the main reason I did want to get this, I probably would never discover the show otherwise, but it has Lana Priya in it, who is right now on Once Upon a Time. If you don't watch that show, you really need to, because it's amazing, and I am so obsessed with that show. But she plays Regina, who is my favorite character. And she's just so good at that. She's definitely one of the standouts, and she's just amazing in that show, so I really wanted to check out some of her other work. She's definitely become one of my favorite actresses, and she's been in quite a few TV shows, but this is one of the only ones that was out, and this actually, I mean, I really liked it as a whole, not just because of her. It was really good. And it also has Josh Hopkins in it, who plays Grayson on Cougar Town, so I was really excited to see him as well. But this is set in the 70s, and it's set around Bob and Trina Decker, and they're kind of like the main couple of the neighborhood, and they get some new neighbors, so they kind of try to introduce them to the swinging lifestyle, and there's more to it than that, but that's kind of the basic premise of the show. But again, had they been able to go a little further with the material, I think it would have lasted a little while longer. But again, not a bad show. Definitely worth checking out if it sounds interesting to you. But what are you going to do? Alright. Next up is definitely my favorite thing. And I'm beyond excited to have this in my collection. And I will show you why. Or I'll tell you why. And I'll show you what it is. It is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the complete collection, which is seasons 1 through 3, which is all I want. I want the original Power Rangers. I don't care about anything after, just because this was the one I obviously grew up on, and this box is super shiny. But I never thought that this would be released like all together like this, and I've been so close so many times to ordering the German sets that they've been out for a while, and I've had them in my cart, and I'm ready to click check out, and something just like, well, just wait a little longer, because they were crazy expensive, plus shipping and all that, so I mean, the sets look really nice, don't get me wrong, but I didn't want to pay that much for them, which I'm glad I waited. So oh my gosh, I was so excited when I heard that they were announcing that they were finally releasing them here in Region 1, because this show is like my entire childhood. I can finally get rid of my VHS tapes now. They're taking up so much space, but I couldn't bear to get rid of them just because that was the only way I could see some of the episodes again. And I have all the Megazords. I have the original Megazord, plus all the different attachments I think there was a couple of extra things you could get with it. Then I have the Ninja Megazord that was in the first movie. I've got all the extra. I got Tommy's Green Dragon, and I've got a couple that I can't remember the names yet for anymore. But I'm rewatching this, so I'm gonna figure them out really soon. And I've got like all the complete set of all the figures where you can flip their heads, and it'll like morph from and like their heads will turn, and it'll be a Power Ranger. And I think you know what I hope you know what I'm talking about, because I feel really dumb trying to sit here and explain it if you don't. I wish I could have gotten them out from the attic. I've got like 2 or 3 tubs up there of nothing but Power Rangers stuff. I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff from my childhood, but that is something I refuse to part with. I was the Pink Ranger for 3 years in a row for Halloween until I wanted to be it for a 4th, but I outgrew the costume and I couldn't find another one. I have so many different like the morphers. I've got gloves that you put on and you like punched and moved your arm and it made the like whooshing noise. And then I've got boot covers that you put over your shoes to make you look like you're wearing like the same, like the Power Ranger boots. And oh man, I wish I could get some of it down because it'd be kind of cool to go through it on camera or whatever. But oh man, yeah, I'm going down memory lane right now. A lot. I remember seeing the Power Rangers live show that they had, and oh, I was so excited. I remember distinctly the drive to see the show, but I don't remember anything about the show. I remember just being so excited. But anywho, you get, the seasons are divided up into volumes there, and then with this set, I don't know if they're going to release it separately, which is why I definitely wanted to make sure I got this set. You get this bonus disc of stuff. I've watched a few of these, which are quite interesting to see all of the, they have new interviews with like some of the cast and the crew, so it was really cool to see what they were saying about it. And this is the 20th anniversary, I forgot to mention, this is like kind of like, they kind of released this as part of the 20th anniversary, which I cannot believe it's been 20 years, oh my god. It feels like yesterday. It's weird, it is so weird. To be 23 sitting here and talking about something that still feels like yesterday, and I don't know. I don't know why I'm getting so, I don't know, this show, really good memories from my childhood revolve around this show. But anyway, you get, featurette called, Fans Power Up. Of course it talks with the fans and all of that. You get Alpha's Magical Christmas, which I watched on Christmas night after I got this. Lord Zedd's Monster Heads. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan club video, which I can't wait to watch. I haven't watched that yet, but I wanted to do the fan club so bad, but my mom never let me. I think it was pretty expensive. And I think when you join, you got like these fan club, like these videos and that had exclusive stuff on them, and I could never track down like any of the VHS tapes that came with the fan club. So I'm glad I can finally watch it now. And then you've got Power Rangers Live the World Tour, and that's what I was just mentioning that I got to go to, and see. So I am so excited to have this on my shelf. Like, I'm getting really excited even talking about it, but a lot of the shows that I kind of grew up watching I haven't picked up, like a lot of especially the old Nickelodeon shows now that you can get. I just haven't gotten them yet. I don't know that I will, because I have so much stuff to watch now, I just don't really have time to go back. But this is something that I wanted to have, because maybe someday I'd love to kind of watch it with my kids and just see what they think. I don't know if they'd even want to watch it. It's so 90s, it hurts. I mean, the fashion was just awful. The it's made for kids, so the dialogue, okay, very cheesy more often than not, but I did not realize how much kind of slapstick humor that they have in here in this show, and it's actually kind of funny even to me now. But and I'm sure, I know a lot of us are around the same age, so I don't know if any of you grew up watching Power Rangers like I did. I know a couple people I've seen this in their updates, like Tracy, Darth Lorexid 42, she had it in hers, so it's kind of cool to see. So yeah. Let me know what's your favorite, like, childhood show that you just have to have in your collection. But that's it. That's all from my Christmas update. I'm gonna stop rambling now. But thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing, and I will definitely try to get that Black Friday video up as soon as possible. It's not very much, though. Black Friday this year wasn't that great. So again, I thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for commenting.